What am I doing with my life? These ashy lips. What is this? Am I okay? Clearly I'm not. Hey y'all, it's your girl Nida and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I've got a bop or flop review, and today's review is on another Huda Beauty product. And today we're gonna be talking about the new Water Jelly Hydrating Primer. So last time a foundation, this time a primer. Now, this primer, I heard about it and was instantly interested because I'm like, look at it. Look at this packaging. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Huda's packaging is mad cute. Like, this is just, it's so chunky and blocky and square. I love this. I think this is mad cute. It retails for $33. You get a total of 35 milliliters, 1.18 fluid ounces, and you can buy it at Sephora as well as on Huda's website. I got mine from Sephora. Easy returns in case I don't like it. Last week's video, or a couple days ago video on Thursday, because this is going up Saturday, I posted my review of the foundation stick. Wasn't really feeling the foundation stick. I don't know if it's like foundation sticks or not for me. Maybe I just need to try some more, or it was just a Huda one, but the Huda one was just a no for me. After editing and posting my review, then I went and watched some other reviews, and other people had a similar issue that I had with the foundation, which is that it was kind of cakey. It clung or looked weird in some places. It was super oily by the end of the day. So I guess I'm not the only one. So let's see if the primer can pull it out from Miss Huda, because outside of the foundation stick and now this primer, and I have the setting spray. I've got the Resting Boss Face setting spray. I don't use that setting spray a ton because I'm not typically using like wearing a matte face. It is a very good setting spray. I've used it quite a few times for when I did want like a real set matte face beat, but the smell is strong. Not as strong as some people were making it seem when it first came out, but pretty strong. Probably the best way to use it is to spray some of it on your beauty blender and then press it onto your face. That was where I got the best results with that spray versus just getting it everywhere. So this primer claims that it will quench the skin with a surge of moisture to create the perfect canvas for long-lasting, flawless makeup. This ultra hydrating skin complex helps to lock in moisture and keep your foundation in place. The unique jelly texture melts into the skin for quick hydration that provides a makeup ready canvas in seconds. Cool. So I like jelly primers. I have used, my favorite jelly primer out of all the ones I've used so far has been the Wet n Wild jelly primer. That one's my favorite. I wanted to get through the primers I have because I've actually ordered a few more because there's gonna be a lot of primer bop or flop reviews, guys. I love, one of my favorite parts about doing my makeup is doing my base makeup. So primers are things that I put a lot of trust and I pay great attention to because I always want to find the right primer. So that way I start off with the most flawless base that I can. So this primer, so I've tried the Wet n Wild one, that's my favorite. I have a review on that on my channel. I'll leave an eye above. I've tried the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Me and that primer had a love-hate relationship, and I was just really happy that I finally finished. I got a travel size one because I didn't know how much I'd love it, and it was a good thing I did because it was like when I used it by itself, it didn't look the best, but when I used it for my Taylor Made Jane video where I followed her makeup routine, I'll leave an eye above for that, it looked great, but then the next time I used it by itself, it didn't. So what I started doing was just mixing it with other primers, and it worked the best that way. Is I would use it as like a base primer and then put another primer on top, and some of my most flawless faces came from that technique. So yeah, but Didn't really like love it. The e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer, I have a review for that as well that I did a while back. I'll leave an eye above for that. I liked that primer, but as I kept using it, I was like, baby, no. I don't know what it was. Like, it just, over time, it and my skin were like, we're not friends. We're not seeing eye to eye. And that quickly got shuffled to the bottom of the drawer. So the best one I've tried so far has been the Wet n Wild one. And it's probably the cheapest of all of the ones I've tried so far. And now we have today, the Huda one. So I'm going to prime my face, and then I'm going to do my foundation. And for foundation, I'm going to be wearing the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation, and I'm going to mix a little bit of the Rare Beauty in there too. I've got some blemishes. I've got a zit right here, and I got a little one down here. This zit has been trying its hardest, and I would have been able to get rid of this a lot sooner if I had my damn acne patches. I didn't pick up another box of the zit sticker patches, unfortunately, and so this zit has been able to flourish. It started like under the skin, and like I was using something else that was helping keep it at bay, but the under the skin ones just want their time to shine. They want their day in the sun, regardless of whether I am like, no thanks or not. So yeah. This comes with a pump, which I love. Y'all know I love products with a pump. I love it. Please, everybody, if you're doing a makeup product of some type, put a pump. I believe this is also fragrance free. So squirt a little bit out of my hand. That's slippery. Okay, that's slippery. That's far more slippery than expected. It doesn't have like a concentrated like scent per se. It's more like that jelly smell. I don't know if you guys really know what I mean, but it definitely is slippery. I don't even know if y'all can see that. It's super slippery, but it did say it is a water jelly, so it's going to be less on the full, like, it's gonna be less of a solid gel and more of a wet gel. Definitely, as I put it in my palm and let it sit there for a second, the heat from my palm definitely started to make it melt. So this is something that doesn't feel super sticky on the face, and I actually like that. One of the things I didn't really like about the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer is it felt very sticky. So, of course, I've already done my eyebrows, so trying not to make a mess of those. But so far, this feels really nice. Yeah, I like that it's not sticky. I like that. So, as per usual, your girl is not prepared and did not wash her sponge. So, give me a second. Let me wash my sponge. And I'll be right back. I'm reading through the ingredients. I'm gonna put a picture of the ingredients list over here. I'm reading through the ingredients, and this does say it contains glycerin as well as alcohol in it. Glycerin, that's the smell that all of the jelly primers smell like. It smells like glycerin, and I'm like, what's that smell I cannot put my finger on? And now I know it's glycerin. That's what it is. So I'm just gonna go in with my favorite combo, like I said before, the Rare Beauty and the Urban Decay, and I'm just going to put that on the face. And the directions for the primer did say to wait about 30 to 60 seconds before applying your foundation, as to allow the moisturizing ingredients to absorb into the skin. So it took me about like 4 or 5 minutes to wash my sponge. So definitely enough time for that to absorb into the skin. So right away, what I'm not liking about this primer is it's just making my foundation just sink into my pores and accentuating them, and I don't really like that. But this did not claim it was going to be a pore filling primer, so there's that. Typically when I do my makeup, I do use a combination of primers, and I do like to use a pore filling primer as well as then another one. Like lately I've been using the combination of my Rare Beauty and the No Problem primer by Touch in Soul. That combination has been really great. The Touch in Soul primer fills in my pores, and the Rare Beauty primer just illuminates my skin. It gives a very soft glow under my makeup. I will say, because this primer is not super sticky, it's not like grabbing my foundation and like making it just feel like it's sticking in place. It's more so just allowing my foundation to just kind of blend down into the skin. Don't like how that's like, it's really just, my pores are just like, hey, we in here, like swimwear. It's just accentuating the texture on my skin, and my skin isn't super textured, but boy, is this primer making it look like it is. Okay. Let's go with my concealer. Yeah, I am not liking how textured this is making my face. This is kind of like the issue I had with the Milk Makeup primer on its own. And at that point, why buy a whole primer to have to use it with another primer for it to look good? You know, I had the Milk Makeup primer because I had planned to do a review on it, and then I ended up not knowing how I felt about it to be able to do like a conclusive enough review. So I held on to the primer. Well, of course I held on to the primer because at that point I couldn't take it back to the store, which was unfortunate. And that's how I ended up using it, you know, with other primers to see, you know, if I can make it work since I had it. But I don't want to buy a $33 primer for me to have to use it with another primer, and at this size too, not even like a travel size, at this big ass size, at literally 35 milliliters, to then have to only be able to use it with another primer. Yeah, I'm not liking the way my skin looks right now. At all. My skin looks super textured. So we'll keep going. So we'll keep going. So I'm gonna finish up the rest of my face. All right, guys, I am back. Face is done. I added some extraness because I wasn't really feeling just my base makeup alone. I went outside, I took some pictures. I actually got a decent picture of my outfit. Crazy. So final thoughts, because this isn't a wear test. I don't like this. I don't like this primer. It is a flop for me. Damn, back-to-back flops for Huda. That's yikes. Yeah, I just don't, I don't, looking like at this distance on camera, I look great. Like I'm looking in the viewfinder and I'm like, ooh, who is she? Look at that little face tat moment, little crooked graphic liner, you know, like, oh, okay, we look great. And then And then I look in the mirror, which is far closer to me, which is much closer to me, and that's telling me the whole truth about all of this going on. I'll zoom you guys in so you can see the up close, but you guys know when I do my face makeup, very much looking real poreless, real smooth, flawless foundation Nida. And this primer just clung to all of my texture on my face in the worst way possible. And I feel like the only way this was not going to do that is if I had some type of pore filling primer on top. And like I said before, if I need to buy a primer just to wear it with another primer, not that I can wear them on their own and I choose to mix them, that's a problem. I'm not $33 for something that I have to mix with another thing. No. And for the people who have more texture on their face than me, people who have texture from, say, acne scarring, people who have texture just in general, this is going to be horrible for them because you're going to put it on your face and it's just going to accentuate everything on it. Not to mention, this is supposed to be hydrating. I'm confused because this dried out my face. As I was finishing up my makeup, especially once I put on my under eye powder, I was like, why do I look so dry? Well moisturized when I sat down to film, and now after putting on the primer and my foundation, I'm dry. And I'm wearing two foundations that are moisture based, or the two foundations that don't dry me out. Like I said, I mix my Urban Decay and my Rare Beauty. Y'all have been seeing me mix those foundations for months with no problem. All of a sudden, I'm dry? Confusion. I don't know what that was. So the only thing it could have been was the primer, because it's the only thing I did different today, period. And I was just like, no, I don't want that. I don't like that. So this is a no for me, especially when you have a primer like the Wet n Wild primer that's significantly cheaper. I think the Wet n Wild primer is definitely under $10. And the Wet n Wild primer doesn't dry out my face. I can wear that on its own without another primer. This to me is just like, they were going in the right direction and then they made a turn someplace. And if you're gonna say water jelly and that this is gonna be moisturizing, like this is gonna add moisture to your skin, why is alcohol one of the main ingredients that dries out your skin? Babe, listen. Miss Huda, I'd like to speak to your manager, Miss Huda. I'd like to speak to whoever's in charge, please. This is from afar, I look as I usually do on camera, but up close, I'm like, And this actually has had a chance to settle, funny enough, because I went outside right after I got done with my makeup and I went and took some pictures. So now this is settled on my face a little bit and it's looking less dry, but still off. It's still not as flawless as I like, and it's not giving me the usual look that I have, and I don't like that. I don't like that. So yeah, I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see my face up close. I have filmed my outro and I'm actually going to include it, or I did include it here, but I just wanted to come back and be like, something ain't right. So this primer left my face feeling very dry and I didn't like that. Like, my foundation's blending down, I'm blending it with my sponge and it's dry, it's looking dry, and I'm confused because I'm like, why is that happening? This never happens with these two foundations that I always mix, and even when I wear them separately I don't have this problem. So yeah, I powder my face, looking more dry. I spray my face with my 4th Ray spray, I'm still looking dry. Like, what do you mean by I just moisturized my face and I'm still dry? I mean, what is that? And yeah, so I finished the face because I'm like, I gotta finish the video. So I go outside, take some pictures, I come back in. You guys saw me a minute ago. Like, you guys are gonna see, I'm gonna add my original outro to this one. And yeah, I don't get it. Like, my face looks fine now, but didn't before. So this primer is kind of floppish, but kind of not. I definitely am gonna be taking it back because I did not like how my foundation and my face looked like after I put it on. How you gonna tell me this is supposed to moisturize my face, water, jelly, whatever, and it's got alcohol in it? That's gonna dry out your skin. So just this is a pass for me. If you would like to pick it up and try it, by all means you can. I will leave a link in the description box to this primer, as well as links to all the other products I used on my face today. So yeah, I'm definitely taking it back to Sephora. I'm taking the stick foundation back to Sephora. I'm about to get my whole $77 and change back. Yeah, $77, expensive for the two. Yikes. So yeah, I'm gonna take it back. It's definitely floppish for me. If you'd like to try it, and if you do try it, or if you have tried it, let me know down in the comments what you think about it. I haven't watched any reviews. I typically don't watch any reviews before I do my own review because I don't want any bias. I just want to try it for myself and see how I feel about it. First impressions. But my first impression of this is I don't like it. I'm glad that my face at this point looks better, but I don't like that I had to go all around the world in order to get to this point. The best thing I've seen about this foundation, so this primer so far, is around my mouth where it would normally crease very, very quickly. I have much lighter creasing, much lighter. This side hasn't creased a lot. This side's creased a little, much less creasing than I've had before. Much less. So I don't know if it's maybe this doesn't like my foundation. I'm sure that somebody is gonna use this primer and it's gonna be fantastic for them. And even though my face looks really great right now and I look just about how I normally should look, I just don't like the idea of when I first finish my makeup, I could go out there and ask my mom, how does my face look? And she gonna look at me like, is you trying to be funny? Yeah, this is a no. I don't like how this, and it was uncomfortable. Like when it dried out when my face got dry after putting on my foundation, and I put on the foundation, after a minute or two, it started to feel dry. And then I did my under eyes, I did my concealer, powdered them, and my face felt even drier. I felt so parched. By the time I sprayed my face, I was like, why am I so parched? When I put on my highlighter, why am I so parched? Why does my skin look so dry? I'm like, why am I dry? I was well moisturized before I put on my primer, and this primer says it's supposed to add some moisture to your face. Where's the moisture? Where is it? Where is it? Hello? Yeah, so this is a no for me. That is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll leave a link in the description box for all the products I used today on my face. I did this little look off camera because it took too long for me, and it's like every time the eyeliner's uneven, but we're cute. It's cute. I like it. Oddly enough, I like it. Every time something like this happens, I never think to record myself, and honestly, when I do record myself, it comes out 10 times worse. So if you guys would like to see a tutorial on this look, let me know and I'll make sure to film it and have it up for you guys. But yes, links to all the products I used in today's video will be down in the description box, as well as links to my social media. Make sure to follow your girl on Instagram, Twitter, as well as the Facebook page for this channel, and all those links will be down there in the description box. Remember, your girl is uploading every Wednesday and Saturday, and if you don't see me on a Wednesday, you'll see me on a Thursday, and if you don't see me on a Saturday, you're gonna see me on a Sunday. Wednesday at 7 p. EST and Saturday at 3:30 p. EST. Click the bell down below so that way you can always be notified when I upload, and yeah, I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.